Hey everyone, my name's Alexandra and I am a watercolor artist. Lately, I've had a lot of baby showers to go to, which means painting more cards. So today I want to show you guys how to paint a super simple yet adorable watercolor baby shower card that can work either for a boy or a girl. Also, if there's a certain card that you guys want to see in the future, leave a comment below and let me know what that is. Let's get started. For supplies today, you guys will need 2 cups of water. I have one for clean, one for dirty water, a napkin for drying your paintbrushes. For paint, I'm using Art Philosophy & Co.'s Decadent Pies palette, but you guys are welcome to use whatever colors you'd like. And for paintbrushes, I'm using Princeton round numbers 2 and 6. And lastly, for paper, I'm using 140 pound Arches cold press watercolor paper. If you guys have either watercolor cards, or often when I'm painting cards, I will take sort of my scrap paper and we'll fold it into a card, which I find works very well. So the first thing that I did with my painting is I generally drew out what I want the finished product to look like. I've linked a PDF of a drawing template if you guys want to follow along with that. Otherwise, you guys will be able to do this without that as well. So to start our painting, I've drawn my note in pencil, but we're also going to outline it in pen and then we're going to paint it in. So I forgot to mention in the supplies list, but I'm using a black Micron 01 pen, but any sort of fine liner, you just want to make sure that it's waterproof so that when you add the watercolor into it after, it doesn't bleed everywhere. So now that we have that, we're going to start out by drawing our little clothesline for our painting. So I'm just going to start by drawing some little clothespins where I'm drawing sort of a rectangles for, and then I'm going to draw a onesie. Now for this part, you guys do not need to be worried too much about your drawing skills. I find it honestly looks super cute no matter how you draw it. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a little bib, and then coming to the side here, I'm gonna do a little soother that's hanging down. And feel free to use the drawing guide for reference for this, just because I'm moving through it pretty quickly. Now we're just gonna draw some little socks. And then our clothesline coming across. You guys can do this however you want. I'm going for sort of a wavy line that goes through all of the clothes that I've put on the line. And then this next step you guys can do at the end or at the beginning. I'm just gonna do it right now, but I'm gonna write on my card. I'm gonna do welcome little one. So at the bottom, you guys can customize this to whatever you'd like. I know sometimes it's fun if you know the gender, you can put something like it's a boy or it's a girl, and then you can make your painting match whatever they're expecting. Okay, so now that I have that all drawn out, we're gonna jump right into painting. I'm mostly gonna be using my small paintbrush for this, just to be able to do kind of all the fine little details. So for our purposes today, I'm just gonna paint sort of a neutral baby shower card. So we're gonna start with our little clothespins. And I sort of have this brown color mixed up here. So I'm gonna add some red to that to make it a little more yellow toned, or a little less yellow toned. And we're just gonna paint in the shapes that we've already drawn. Now with these kind of paintings, I like to have fun with them. I don't care too much about going so perfectly in the lines, especially for stuff for kids. I don't mind if it looks a little bit more messy and a little bit more playful. So we've done that, and then I'm just gonna use the same color and go all the way across the clothesline that I've painted. And now, before I go any further with painting in what I've drawn here, I want to make sure that I go in and erase any pencil lines that I see, just because once I paint over them with water, then the pencil lines will be a lot harder to erase. So I'm just gonna go in, and again, if you're drawing it out, make sure that you draw it nice and light so that you don't have to worry about getting rid of super dark pencil lines at the end. I can do the same thing with my words there. So while I have the same color, or this color mixed onto my paint palette, I'm actually going to use that same color for the end of my soother here. And now I'm going to switch to my number 6 paintbrush, and I'm going to go ahead and paint in my onesie there. So for it, I'm just going to mix sort of a peachy color here. And I'm just filling it in. What I like to do to add some more dimension to my paintings is, while it's wet, I'm gonna go in with a bit of a darker color and just sort of dot it in to what I'm already painting and just kind of let it bleed in. You'll find that this will just give some more interest to your paintings and some more dimension. So now that I've done that, I am going to paint my bib on the left hand side here. I'm just going to paint it a nice yellow color. And then I'll take these same colors and add it to the beads of my soother here. If you guys want to switch to a smaller paintbrush for this part, feel free. I know sometimes it's harder with the bigger brushes to get more detail in. And my little socks, I'm actually just going to keep them white, but I'm going to add some little details to them. So I'm going to go in with a green color here and just add a little stripe to the top of each one and where the toes are. Now, while I have this green paint on my brush, I can go in and add some details to my bib. So we're just gonna do, when it wasn't quite dry there, so I'm gonna pick that up with my brush, take away some of that green, add some yellow, and I'm just gonna let that dry, and then I'll go back in and add some details there. But in the meantime, we'll add to our onesie. So I'm going in with kind of a darker red, and we can just add some little polka dots. So this is a really fun design to do for baby shower cards, because you truly can specify it to whoever you're giving it to. If you know that they love pink or blue or green or yellow or certain colors, you can make it match what they like and really customize it. So I'm going to add a little more color to my soother here just to make it stand out. And then with that green that I was using before, I can paint in the bottom. So I'm essentially just filling in what I have with whatever colors I think would be really cute and really fitting. Now, to add a little extra touch of detail that you guys definitely don't have to, I am going to add in some little leaves across my clothesline. I find that this just gives it some life, makes it look really cute, and makes it look a little bit more unique than some of the baby shower cards that you'll typically see. Now to add these leaves, I'm just using the tip of my paintbrush and I'm applying pressure as I pull back and keeping everything really loose, really playful. The last thing we're going to add in now that our bib is dry is some details there. So because I ended up sort of mixing a green into it unintentionally, I'm actually gonna go in now with yellow. I sort of have this gold yellow color here, and I'm just gonna add some cute gold polka dots. All right, and there you guys have it, a adorable baby shower card in under 10 minutes. Thanks so much for following along. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any future videos. Also, this really helps me as I continue to make tutorials, so please like and subscribe. Lastly, I love to see your guys' paintings. If you followed along, make sure to share a picture with me on Instagram at Alexandra Victoria Studio. Also, I have been debating painting a stork for my next nursery painting. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.